Alright, so in this video I'll be showing how I prevent areas from becoming a little too flooded with the automatic water running script. Here in GIMP we see that there's some random valley with water running through it, and the source comes all the way up from over here, runs down here, eventually runs into a very steep valley here before making its way all the way through further down this river valley. But the script I have running here has identified that 3,000 pixels have been filled in with a boost of 2 meters, and if we cross-reference with other existing heights, we see that this pixel has already been boosted 2 meters before. So what we have here is about 3,000 pixels being boosted 4 meters, which is an indication that something is being caught from being able to go through a valley properly due to the resolution of the topography. So what we do here is we find this coordinate in the GIMP program here. So it's about 1230, 320, and that is exactly here on the map. And we find that the existing height is about 127, but the height present in the data is around 120, meaning it's been boosted about 6 units, which indicates that somewhere along this valley here, it can't get through until it's boosted at least 7 units. So what we need to do is we need to go along here, checking all of the green values and coding the height up here. So we see that most of this area has a height of about 120, and the valley it's flowing into has a height of about 116, so it should be able to flow properly. So that means that somewhere in between here, there's something that's being recorded as higher. So if we follow this line, we see it goes about 117, 122 here, 124 here, bounces up and down, but what we see here is that basically this has to be fixed. So we have a second layer here that encodes a sort of height difference, so that we can save it as a separate image and use it to depress the original topographic data. And for every little bit of white we put in here, it will act as a difference on the original layer and push the terrain down a little bit. So what we need to do here is to widen this valley a little bit by applying a brush until the area here that is too low resolution to let the water through is deep enough to let it through. So what we've done here is that starting around 117 here, this was once about 124, now it's running at about 110. It's good. Need to fix a little bit more. And eventually this valley reaches a point where it's no longer blocked. So we should continue all the way around here, deepening the valley just a little bit. In reality, on a map, this area would be much below the 118 meters or so marked here. It's just that the imaging data is so low resolution that we can't quite see the valley here. So we need to make sure that the actual bottom of the valley shows up in the pixels here. Right, and now if we just follow this course here, we want to find the maximum height of a pixel along this course. Using the 8 pixel neighboring methods, we want to see what's the lowest height we can get away with and still flow through this valley. Looking right now like the max is maybe 118 here, so we need to push that down a little bit. Remember, we want it to be a little bit lower than the outflow here. So we got about 115, 120 here still, so we need to fix that. And yeah, it looks like we've now flowed into an area that's much lower, and then we can repeat the process later. As soon as it gets stuck somewhere else, which will be identified by more of the script actually running here and picking out the pixels.